Hi, my name is Kim Parker from Plumline Solutions. Your objective today is to learn how to enter a weekly time card. First, you will learn the setup requirements for the weekly time card and then the steps to enter it. Prior to entering time cards, you will need to configure the software so time cards can be entered and viewed on a weekly basis. This is usually done by a system administrator. To do this, there are three things that need to be set up. First, open Access Rights Maintenance. You must give rights to the necessary web applications. The required web application screens are listed here. Feel free to pause the video to review the list. The second step is to assign rights to the timecard web services. To do this, click the Web Service tab. Notice there may be many web services in the list, but only those selected are used for timecard. Feel free to pause the video. Make your selections, save and exit the screen. Step 3 requires time and expense for project setup. Time reporting periods greater than 7 days must be deselected. Under Labor Transactions and Invoice Comments, select the radio button for weekly. Now let's go to the Project Flex Time tab. Web-enabled checkbox must be checked. Under the Code column, check the boxes for Customer, Project, and Task. This will display the IDs in the time card. After you make your selections, save and exit the screen. You're now ready to enter weekly time cards through the Project Timecard web application. From the Project menu in Web Apps, click Timecard Entry. Then select Open Time Cards. Select the period ending date from the list that represents the week the time was worked in. The period ending dates represent what has been set up in Time and Expense for Projects Week Maintenance screen. In this example, you will enter the first date in the list. Note that the status field will stay in process until your time card is completed and ready for approval. Click the Summary button and the slide-out window will appear on the left side of the screen. The ending date field will be disabled and represents the period ending date that you have selected. The document field will be blank until the time card is saved. The description field is optional. Let's type in completed my open projects. The time card view represents what type of time cards can be viewed. In this example, only regular time cards can be viewed. Click out of the slide-out window. Note in this example, there are two projects under My Assignments. Because you selected to check boxes for Customer, Project, and Task under Description Display options, the IDs are displayed here. We will be entering time for one My Assignment project and one for a new project. Select the first project under My Assignments in the list. Notice the date range of the period ending date selected is displayed. Notice the Hours section. This tracks the hours worked for the employee at the project and task level and is for display purposes only. There's another description field that is also optional. This employee worked 8 regular hours Monday through Friday and 4 overtime hours on Saturday. This is how you'll enter it. To record the Saturday hours as billable overtime, click the icon beside the Saturdays field. A slide-out window will appear on the right side of the screen. In the billable section, enter 4 under OT 1. Notice the regular hours will update to 0. Click Accept. If you wanted to enter invoice comments to be printed on the project invoice, you would go into the Invoice Comments section. Save and note that the Hours section is updated. Click back to return to the time card summary screen. Now let's enter a new project by clicking New Line. Beside the project field, click the Find button. Select the first project in the list. Note the labor class, account, and sub-account will default from the project setup. Beside the task field, click the Find button. Select the first task in the list. If an account or sub-account is defined at the task level, they will override what was defaulted from the project. In this example, the sub-account is different. Beside the subtask field, click on the Find icon. If this project had a subtask defined in the Task tab of Project Maintenance, it would be listed here. In this example, there is no subtask associated with the task. Since this is an hourly employee, the union code type is displayed. This is an optional field and is only for hourly employees. Click the Find icon to select a union code. Work type defines a work category within the labor class for union workers and is also optional. The Search Pay field will default yes only if the project has a prevailing wage set up in the Additional Info tab of Project Maintenance. In this example, our project has a prevailing wage code assigned. Group code is a modifier or subclass of a labor class for projects that contain a prevailing wage ID and defaults from Employee Position Rate Maintenance screen. It is also optional. Next is the Workman's Comp code. This will default from the project if there is one defined in the Project Maintenance screen. The Workman's Comp code is optional and can be overwritten. If you use Shift to record time, this is where you enter it. Let's click the Find button and select a shift. Manager Review indicates if the project needs the line approval from the project manager. In our example, approval by line item is enabled in setup, and this particular project requires line item approval by the project manager. Go back to the top of the slide out and click Save. Your new project and task will now be listed under the New section. Click on the project task to enter the hours. This employee worked Monday through Friday, 8 hours each, and 4 hours on Sunday. Enter it like this. Since in this example, Sunday is double time, click the information icon beside Sunday. Enter 4 hours in OT2 field, and notice your regular hours will update to 0. Click Accept. Click Save. Notice your hours section will now be updated. Now click Back. This will take you back to the time card summary screen. Click on the Report button to view your time card. Note you also have the option to print your time card if desired. Print back to go back to the time card summary screen. If you needed to edit your time card, you would do so before you set the status to completed. Click the Summary button and notice the document number is now assigned. This is because you have clicked Saved on the detail line. In this example, your time card has no edits and is ready to be approved, so you can set the status to completed. Save. This is all you have to do to enter a Project Weekly Timecard through Project Timecard web application. This concludes this lesson.